What's going on? It's your boy Rev, coming to you on behalf of DJ's Raw Uncut Truth and New Media. That's hashtag New Media. Today we're going to be talking about something serious, man. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Peterson and the lack of financial responsibility from athletes, from pro athletes, from entertainers. For those of you who have been living under their rock, Adrian Peterson has been struggling with his finances for the last 6 years now, close to 6 years. Back in 2016, a judge ordered him to pay $2.3 million back for a loan that he took out in Washington, and he hasn't paid that back. He ended up reaching a settlement, and he got another company in Pennsylvania to give him another loan. He was supposed to pay them back as well at a rate of $50,000 a month over a year time span, and he hasn't made one payment. I think he owes them about $1.8 million or $1.6 million. The brother's just going through it right now, you know what I'm saying? And this is something that we see happen too often. It happens all the time. I remember hearing stories about MC Hammer and hearing stories about other athletes who or entertainers that ended up not being able to manage their money properly. Then it's always the elephant in the room, and Adrian Peterson is a victim of this as well. The child support monster. The child support monster. One of the biggest things that came out of the women's lib movement was the child support monster and what it did to destroy the black household. Adrian Peterson was in a child support case with his child's mother, and she wanted $2.3 million from Adrian Peterson. Now, the judge ruled this irrational and unreasonable, but he still has an exorbitant amount of child support that he's paying. The brother is paying almost $1.8 million in child support, or $1.2 million in child support. I mean, like I always say, to quote the famous rapper Jay-Z, you wasn't with me shooting at the gym. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't doing wind sprints with this man on the sideline, or she wasn't doing gassers after practice. So for her to be able to get this much money based off of a child, it's really robbery, man. And I'm sure it's led to the brother's financial situation, his lack thereof, him playing this late into his career, being a running back, all of those carries. It does become slavery because he's basically running a football in order to stay out of jail. That's slavery. You know what I'm saying? He's not seeing a lot of that money. And when you match that with the physical assets or lack thereof, and him having to pay for his cost of living, that's not a good situation, man. I can't put it all on child support. We got to put some of this on these brothers being financially irresponsible, thinking that they're going to play forever, thinking they're going to be in the NFL forever, and especially for a running back, knowing the shelf life of a running back is between 5 to 8 years at its peak and 10 years at the most. The NFL don't even want to pay running backs anymore. So to see this brother going through this situation is extremely sad. He's not the first. He's not the last. It's not enough empowerment in our community. It's not enough teaching to be self-sustainable, teaching to do for so. Instead of taking your checks and investing in a chain or investing in Gucci, or, you know, going to buy a bunch of Gucci or going to buy a Lamborghini that loses the value as soon as it leaves the market, why not go invest in Airbnb, your own string of Airbnbs? Why don't you go buy some resort property? Hell, none of us trust the vaccine, but go invest in the vaccine. If they making money off the vaccine, you go make money off the vaccine. Don't just always be reactionary to the plans and the powers that be. This is what happens with athletes, though. They're told, shut up and dribble, or shut up and run. And take this money and use this money and be an example to those that are under you as a person that only believes in materialism and show them what they could have if they work for us. It's modern day slavery. The brother was supposed to pay $50,000 a month starting in the year 2019. He has not paid one payment. No, 2018. He has not paid one payment back. Adrian Peterson is in a serious situation. But as I said, he's not the first. He won't be the last. And this is just another cautionary tale. Fellas, you got to understand, man. Child support has been weaponized against you. Child support for the black man in the black community is a weapon of mass destruction. It has kept you out of the household. It has kept you away from your family. For those that do pay child support, sometimes you still don't get the rights of a regular father, so you just become a payment every month. It's a cold game. For the athletes, LeVar Ball was actually absolutely right. The chances of you finding somebody that you feel is good enough for you, or good enough for your family, or good enough to bring home to your mother, or good enough to build an empire with, the chances are slim, because these women are not picking you based off of who you are. They're picking you based off of what you are. See, they only got to see the finished product. They didn't get to see the gassers that you was running. They didn't get to see you when you were doubting your career, when you don't have a dollar to your name. So they're just seeing the finished product, and they're wondering if they invest themselves into you, what they're going to get back on their return on investment, their ROI. So it's just another sad story, man. I'm praying for the brother, man, but it's not looking good right now, because if his paying back of loans is like this, and he's been ordered by the judge to pay these loans back, I can only imagine what his tax situation may be. But like I said, I'm praying for the brother. The brother's got to start thinking. We got to start mobilizing and learning how to do for self, and learning to invest in things that really matter instead of investing in things that depreciate and lose value as soon as we leave the lot. This has been, your boy Rev. Another sermon after the cookout.
Church of Gospel.